Joining us now is someone who has trained law enforcement officials around the country to prepare for election night, including in battleground states like Michigan and Arizona, the retired sheriff of Larimer County, Colorado, Justin Smith. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so talk to me about the key points in terms of preparations for an election like this one.
Thank you, Dan, and I appreciate you bringing this topic to your viewers. Really, what we're coming down to is making sure that law enforcement at the local level understands what those challenges, the potential disruptions will be, and that they're working collaboratively with their local election officials to know what potential is there and to help them to, one, is prevent things from happening, and two, is to have the actions in place to mitigate the impact if somebody tries to disrupt their election process.
And how do you do that? And how is the training different from just typical law enforcement training?
So certainly what we're doing is, number one, and you made mention that Georgia is now training peace officers on what elections law is, something that has not been done in the past. Some of what we're doing is providing the information. We have 50 state guides so that local law enforcement knows what those laws are, but that they also understand how sensitive elections are. I mean, we understand it basically, but that law enforcement understands that there's very unique challenges, that their presence at or near a polling location may be restricted by law and may be interpreted in a negative way. And so that we're making sure they understand that they need to be very aware of how their community views it. And they're working collaboratively, respecting the fact that elections always have been and will be run by the election officials. We're simply there to assist them, find out what they need to protect election workers, protect the voters. And so it's putting those unique aspects to it.
So this headline just coming out tonight, the Proud Boys claim they'll be at polling places as Trump's violent rhetoric and election fraud claims. The byline is several Proud Boy leaders remain in prison on January 6th. The far-right militia group remains active, with some chapters saying they'll watch the polls Tuesday. Again, how do you take information like that and make it actionable in an area, let's say, where they know that they may be coming? There's a fine line between people who are allowed to, be outside, right, and crossing the line into violating law.
Well, certainly, Dan, we want our election process to be transparent. The election officials, that's part of the light of day needs to be there. And so you're balancing that part with making sure that individuals don't cross the line, that we understand where that First Amendment line is, but at the same time, there is also that aspect of voter disenfranchisement. At what point does somebody's action and behaviors potentially disenfranchise another voter? But that requires conversations ahead of time, collaborative work. And I can tell you, I feel like we've made a lot of progress. Are there concerns? Yes, there are. But there's a lot of preparation out there that I think has us better prepared than we've ever been before.
That's great to hear. And reassuring, I guess, as reassuring as it can be. Justin Smith, thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you for what you do. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.